This is Epomaker TH80 Pro, and here I have the theory theme. Is this keyboard worth the hype? I wanted to find out for myself. Let's begin with unboxing. To start with, this is a 75% hot swappable mechanical keyboard. The first thing we are greeted with is the user manual. There's basic information like how to set up the keyboard and even how to switch out your key switches. Next thing in the box, the keyboard. My first impression with the keyboard is that it felt heavy, but it felt plasticky at the same time. And that is probably because it's plastic. We do get a USB A to C cable along with alternative keycaps for Mac users. We also get a 2-in-1 switch and a keycap puller. Epomaker TH80 Pro comes with PBT keycaps. And let me be honest, I didn't even know what PBT keycaps meant until the last couple days. Now I have to say, I'm a beginner in the mechanical keyboard game. I'm coming from an extremely uncomfortable keyboard when typing. My old keyboard looked really good, but the typing experience was really poor. But pretty shortly after looking into mechanical keyboards, I realized mechanical keyboards was not so much about typing. Instead, for many, it's a hobby, and it can get expensive. So after doing a bunch of research and watching countless YouTube videos, and believe me, my homepage is full of keyboards now, I chose the Epomaker TH80 Pro. This keyboard has 3 different modes for connection: Bluetooth, wireless through a receiver, and wired. You can also program your Bluetooth up to 3 devices. This keyboard is a 75% layout, and this is the size I wanted and need. My favorite feature of the TH80 is the metal knob. By default, it does act as a volume control, and that is mostly perfect for my use case. Although if you wish, you can program it in the software. The keyboard comes with a 4000 mAh battery, and I haven't had major battery issues so far. And we also get 18 different RGB backlight effects. The version that I got comes with Gateron Pro Black switches, and these switches are linear. Now let's talk a bit about the typing experience. Despite coming from a keyboard that was more about style rather than comfort, I would probably rate this keyboard 6 out of 10 when it comes to typing comfort. But keep in mind, for me, this is the out-of-the-box performance. This is a mechanical keyboard, so you will probably customize this keyboard, and the first thing I would do is probably change the switches on this keyboard. But at $130 Canadian, this may be a good starting point. I'm gonna be taking the next little while to research what kind of switches I need to upgrade for my keyboard. Like I said, I'm pretty new in the keyboard game. Please let me know if you have some recommendations. Now this is probably the moment you've been waiting for. Let's do a bit of a sound test, shall we? Not sure if that's the sound you expected from this keyboard, but let me know what you think. Now let's chat a little bit about the pros and cons. Let's talk about the positive stuff first. Now, as a person who's trying the hobby and just getting into the keyboard game, I think the $130 Canadian is a good price. And just like the TH80 Pro, Epomaker seems to have versatile color themes from light to dark for everyone's needs. I believe that this keyboard can be used in a professional environment as it doesn't scream a gaming keyboard. So I like that it's affordable, and I like the color theme that it comes with. Even though I don't think it's the most comfortable keyboard, it's still a lot more easier to type with compared to my older keyboard. Now let's talk about some of the things I don't like about the keyboard. And the first one is gonna shock you. 2 of the key switches actually came with bent pins. The caps lock and the M button was not working in the beginning. But to be fair, I purchased my keyboard from Amazon and not the Epomaker website. So this may entirely not be Epomaker's fault. This may be a returned item. So unfortunately, regardless of the reason, my first impression with the keyboard is not so great. I did straighten out the pins and both buttons work fine. And the next negative thing for me is the attention to detail with this keyboard. What you're seeing is the wired to wireless switch on the back of the keyboard. There is nothing indicating which side is which. I mean, how hard could it be to mark the two? And this one is a personal opinion, but I'm not entirely in love with the font choice on the keycaps. I personally wish that they were a little smaller, more minimalist. Despite some of the hiccups, I can say that I'm happy with this keyboard and I will keep it. Like I said, I am a beginner, so if you have any recommendations for me, please let me know. There you have it. That was me taking a look at Epomaker TH80 Pro. Thank you so much for watching, and it has been a pleasure. I'll see you in the next one.